Good morrow, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura, and this video is about Friends. As I said in my intro, this video is about Friends. More specifically, today I'm going to be trying the Makeup Revolution Friends palette, along with a few other items from that collection, and I'm going to be discussing the Friends Reunion. So without further delay, let's get started. First things first, let's take a look at the palette. So this is the Friends palette from Makeup Revolution. It is a tin case instead of like the paper cases that most palettes come in. Friends X Revolution, and it's written like the Friends logo. And of course, the front is the door to Rachel and Monica's place. So let's open it up and see what colors we have inside. Ooh, big mirror. So this is my kind of palette. Look at all those beautiful colors. Like, wow. So let's start over in this corner. We've got this beige color, cat, then cheesecake, secret closet, game of cups, tea leaves, and New York. Next line we have sofa, foosball, closure, big opening, big break, fireball. And the last line, chick, duck, bracelet, love machine, apartment, and Porsche. I am absolutely blown away by these colors. I cannot wait to see how pigmented they are. I cannot wait to use so many of them. Like this purple is just calling my name. And I love the names. I love that the names hint towards different Friends episodes. And while we're here talking about different episodes, the Secret Closet episode, one of my favorites. Like, I love the neat freak Monica having a secret stash, like a secret hoard of things, and that's where all the stuff goes so that her house can be clean. I think that's hilarious. One of my favorite episodes ever. So I'm going to close this up for now and move on to the other pieces. I only have 3 other things. So next I'll show you the one thing that I don't think I'm going to be using today, but I will be using it in a future video. And that is the Phoebe lip kit. It's called Phoebe, and it's sort of like nude colors. It is 2 neutral reddish tint toned lip glosses with a lip liner. And Phoebe was always my favorite character, so I'm really excited to have part of the Phoebe collection. So the next thing is actually a lipstick named Rachel, and the picture on it is of the couch in the coffee shop at Central Perk, and I'm not sure what color lipstick it is. And then part of the Rachel collection was also a setting spray. Same design. So I won't go into many details about the Friends reunion, but while I test some of the eyeshadow, I will talk a little bit about my thoughts on it and things that really made me happy about it. And actually, I'm going to open the lipstick now because I want to know what colors I'm working with. So this is what the Rachel looks like out of the package. It's got a little lip print. It's sort of like a nude rose color. What colors are we going to play with? I'm really drawn to this hot pink, the Love Machine hot pink. So I think I'm going to definitely use that. Why don't we just like try to pull colors from my shirt? That would be cute. Yeah, let's start with the Love Machine, and then I may do Duck or Secret Closet, since that's one of my favorite episodes. Wow, look at it on the brush. Very, very bright. It's not the brightest I've ever used, but it's not bad. So with the Friends reunion, not going to give away too much because it is still available on HBO Max, which I got just to watch the Friends reunion, by the way, which I also used to watch Birds of Prey for the first time and loved it. But the Friends reunion was the main reason why I was not disappointed. I thought it was nice. I enjoyed it. So the whole cast did return. No sadness there. The whole cast was there. They had the cast like walking through the different sets, and that in itself was just a fun experience to see their reactions to seeing the set and just reminiscing. There was a lot of reminiscing, and I actually really loved that. I loved hearing their side stories, their behind the scenes things. At one point they talk about Matt LeBlanc dislocating his shoulder during a scene, and they showed the clip that was never seen before, like a behind the scenes clip of it. That was really interesting. Oh, I went a little crazy with it. Okay, let's put the pink down. So as I mentioned before, Phoebe's my favorite, and Lisa Kudrow looked amazing. She looked absolutely breathtaking. She had a flowy white blouse, high-waisted black pants with an oversized belt and high heels, and she just looked so powerful. Okay, before I go into a glitter, I think I'm going to use New York. But anyway, back to them looking at the set. One of the absolute highlights was Matt LeBlanc and Matthew Perry trying out the recliners, and then the rest of the cast being like, oh, they're trying out their chairs. They did have some guest appearances, were part of the show as well, in 1 or 2 episodes that left a lasting impression. One of those has been spoiled all over social media, so I'll mention it too. The woman that played Janice, who was also in one of my favorite episodes, the episode where Chandler pretends to go to Yemen to get away from Janice. Love it. Find that episode. So funny. These shadows are so creamy and pretty. One of the funnest highlights of the whole Friends reunion was getting celebrities and fans involved and having people tell their own stories from different countries, including, and I know I'm gonna butcher this name because I have no idea how to pronounce it, but Riccardo Simonetti. I'll put the @ down here so you can check him out. The representation in those clips of different influencers and celebrities and just regular people that all had a connection to Friends and different Friends things. I thought that was a very nice touch. Secret Closet is a bit of just a glitter dispenser, and I like it. Since that's just glitter, I think I'm going to go into Porsche and see how that looks. Oh, yep, that's the look I was really going for. So instead of Secret Closet, I'm using Porsche. Now, I couldn't talk about the Friends reunion without talking about the most memorable and the most iconic thing that happened. And of course it involved my favorite character. For those of you that don't know, Phoebe sang Smelly Cat and was accompanied by none other than Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga dressed in Phoebe-esque clothing, singing Smelly Cat. An ultimate highlight. Ultimate highlight. And in that scene, in that clip of the reunion, Lady Gaga thanked Lisa Kudrow for bringing Phoebe to life, and more importantly, for bringing life to a weird character and making it okay and normal to be not normal. She thanked her for being the different one and being herself and just not letting anything stand in her way of doing that. And honestly, that's one of the many reasons why I loved Phoebe growing up. It's because she was the weird girl, but she also had that really cool group of friends that loved her no matter what. And the last thing that I'll say about the Friends reunion, as far as things that happened, is that they talked about where they thought that their characters would be now, and I honestly loved their answers. Lisa Kudrow said she thought Phoebe would be an advocate for the weird kids, and I can totally see that. She didn't want to mess with Phoebe's happy, so she just kind of went with what Phoebe was internally. Okay, really quick, I used New York for the middle of my lid. I used Chick, and I used Love Machine. And then a little bit of Secret Closet. In the Friends Makeup Revolution palette. Cannot wait to use more colors out of this. That purple, I've got plans for it already. Cannot wait. So excited. But that's all I'm going to do for now. Just to reel it in and not make a rainbow explosion on my face. So let's do lipstick and then closing thoughts. This lip has a very 90s feel to it. It's nude, but it's got like that hint of plum to it. It's very interesting. I haven't had a lipstick quite like this since the 90s/2000s. But it's very appropriate for a Friends themed look. Even though I so desperately want to put a bright pink or a blue on, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to make it just, this is it. This is all I'm doing. As much as I want to just like throw glitter on my face and do blue and pink, and this is it. Just simple, understated. So, final thoughts on the Friends reunion. It was better than I thought it would be. I did not know what kind of thing it was going to be going into it. I'm glad they didn't try to do this many years later. Here's a whole episode that's a story of what happened this many years later. I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they just like sat down, talked, played games, reminisced, showed clips, interviewed people. Like, that's the kind of thing that this specific show needed versus what I just mentioned. Because unlike other shows, this one had an ending, and it had an ending that a lot of people loved and agreed with. Overall, it was a really, really beautiful reunion. A lot of people have a very strong connection to Friends, or at least a character in Friends. For me, it's Phoebe. I loved Phoebe because she was the weirdo, and I was also the weirdo. So I feel like everyone that has seen Friends in their life has at least one character or multiple characters pushed together that they can relate to. And yeah, Friends was a big part of me growing up as well. One of my favorite parts of the whole reunion was the fashion show. They had celebrity guests modeling different iconic outfits from the show. You know me, I love fashion, so it was really fun seeing all these like truly iconic pieces from iconic episodes being showcased, including things like the pink prom dress and another one of my favorite episodes, Ross's leather pants. So overall, the reunion was a really, really great watch. And of course, above all, it was great to see the entire cast back together again for a couple of hours worth of entertainment. All in all, if you've seen Friends, if you're a fan of Friends, I suggest seeing this because it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. It didn't spoil the ending of Friends. It just gave a little something. It was 17 years later, where are they now? Instead of 17 years later, where are the characters now? And for this, it worked. As far as the makeup goes, the lipstick's very 90s, 2000s. It's very muted. It's not very me, but I'm sure there's an occasion where I will wear the lipstick. The eyeshadow, on the other hand, oh, I'm so excited for this palette. I've never had a Makeup Revolution palette before. This is my first, and I'm so excited for these colors. Like I've said before, this purple's calling my name. I know what I want to do with it, and I'm pumped for using that purple. Also, this blue was really pretty, and I couldn't resist putting it in the corner of my eye. I also love the greens. Kind of want to mix those in a look. This blue too. And the oranges. Just, it's my kind of palette. I love all these colors. And of course, I love the names too. I love when palettes come with quirky names. So, out of the items that I did try, the lipstick and the palette's obviously my favorite. Would recommend the palette if you love bright colors like I do, and it doesn't hold back on pigmentation. So I will definitely be linking the palette down below, as well as the whole collection if it's still available. So this was me trying the Friends X Makeup Revolution palette and a couple of other items, as well as talking about the Friends Reunion in brief. So if you'd like to watch the whole Friends Reunion, it can be found on HBO Max. And if you want to pick up one of these palettes, if they're still available, the link will be down in my description, just because it's so awesome. Not sponsored by any of this, of course. It was cool, and it was a fun thing to do a video on. So, for the comments down below, I want you to tell me your favorite Friends episode, and your favorite Friends character / characters, and which character you relate to the most. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye.